it's like the only thing I remember is laying in bed and I had 11 broken ribs in a 60 zone. He was driving 144.
Welcome to Move Over Mama, and excitingly, we landed a feature on Apple Podcasts the other day.
We know
we have lots of new listeners and followers. So if you're new here, welcome to Move Over Mama. And this is the podcast where we talk to amazing humans about their teen years. Some of the questions are embarrassing and some of them make them cry. But we are here to inspire teens to live their best life. Now, today's guest is an artist, a jewellery designer, a fashion designer, a musician who builds every sound you hear when she's on stage, every harmony, every riff, every beat. And it's all using loop pedals. And she's actually going to be performing her new song, Undone, for us sometime during the podcast. But a bit of background on Morgan Joanel. So she was discovered by Sony on MySpace, which is the original social media. I don't think Millie has even heard of it.
Have you talk about it all the time and how you were big on it, Mum?
I know. Got to be proud of our past. Anyway, she was discovered and then went on to tour the world and support big artists like Lambert and Jason Derulo. But that's all the nice shiny stuff, because in 2021 she was in a hit and run car accident. She came out with 13 broken bones, a brain bleed, in a wheelchair, and doctors said that she might never walk again. And she said, watch me. And she came back and she's going to make you feel like anything is possible. So welcome to the Move Over Mama couches, Morgan Joanel.
Thank you. It's good to be here.
Quite a story to unpack today in just 40 minutes.
Isn't it? I'll let you guys lead the way.
Okay, so the first question that I ask everyone is, what were you like as a teenager?
Probably not super different to how I am now. Often wearing weird clothes, loud, love performing, breaking into song. Probably just a lot more obnoxious.
Yeah. Now let's go into like a teen time machine of like your teen years. So what was your favorite subject at school?
Drama.
Why drama?
And I loved art as well. I think because I got to be myself, but I think I loved drama because you could always just, I don't know, mess around, and you could do comedy, and you got to play with costumes, and then you had to come up with like a production, and you were getting marked on it. So, draw lots of art in all the booklets and then perform. So I think I love that.
Now I just skipped my cross country. So were you like in everything for all of like the carnivals, or were you forced to go, or just like would you skip them?
No, I think in like the first year of high school. What's the first year of high school?
Year 7.
Yeah, right. So it was year 8, like over in Western Australia. And I think I did maybe that first year and like did something good with long jump or something. Yeah. And don't remember the rest of them. So I wasn't really there. Didn't really mind.
Same. And did you have a school formal? Like what was that like? Yeah. Do you still remember it really clearly?
Yeah. Year 12, we had, it was a Hollywood theme and it was a masquerade ball. So everyone just made little masks.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, and I had everyone come over for breakfast. We set it all up with like miniature little Oscar statues. And I just went the whole hog because I love like Hollywood performing.
And did you have a formal date, or did you go with girlfriends?
No, I had a boyfriend, and all of my friends, we all had boyfriends. We're all in like one little group.
Oh,
so
cool.
it was really cool.
I think things like that, you got to be careful, because if one person like breaks up, then I feel like the like people get like against each other, then it gets really annoying.
I remember that. Yes, you're reminding me.
And did you like school? Like were you like, did you like going?
I liked going probably in the last couple of years of school where you really choose your subjects. And I was doing I did music and art and drama. And so there was a lot of performing. And by that time, you know everybody, you know who your friends are. And so I really did enjoy it when there was a bit more freedom to do what I loved and just kind of hang out. So,
Did you like have the teen relationships?
Like the boyfriends?
Like boyfriends?
Yeah, but none of them went to my school, so it was like a different kind of thing. But yeah, a couple.
Yeah.
Did you go to an all-girls school? Or?
No. It was just, I think by the time I got to the end of high school, I think we were all just friends with guys that were around. But
Yeah.
I never had a boyfriend at school.
Yeah.
So I never
I like that
experienced
though.
that whole.
That's kind of my rule for Millie. I've said to her, I don't want you to have an at-school boyfriend. Have them at other schools. Because if you break up, then the drama's there every day.
True.
I feel like it gets forced as well. Like,
And groups
people
of
find
friends.
out.
Yeah.
And
Rumors, like it could be anything.
a lot.
And also they could be kissing behind the canteen and I don't want that.
That's true too.
So like I don't think that actually ever happens, but that's okay. So you were discovered on MySpace by Sony.
I love it.
See, Millie?
It's fantastic.
MySpace.
What was it?
What?
Facebook.
It's called MySpace.
What did I say?
My face.
Actually,
Yeah.
did
I
I?
love that.
And I forevermore am going to call it my face.
My face.
I didn't even realize. I thought you said MySpace. Anyway, so you were discovered on MySpace by Sony. First of all, what is like MySpace, and how did you discover it?
I guess like it was. Now you can say it was like the first social media online platform, but it wasn't on phones or anything. It was just on your computer,
Right.
and you'd have like a profile page, and it was very focused on music.
Right.
So a lot, you would, even if you weren't a musician, you would always have like you would always have like a song that you chose, and it was playing, and then you could have your top 8 of friends, and people used to just talk about what gigs were coming out. It really was like actual social media, where people were connecting and very much like, what are you doing on the weekend? And so people would meet people. And I actually did my first national tour, organised it myself, and I actually found all of the artists in Sydney and Melbourne and Brisbane through MySpace and contacted them online and said, I'm going to come over. We should do some shows together. And that's, I've made some really good friends from that.
I was actually sad it kind of ended and didn't go on.
Because of Facebook.
Yeah.
It was a case of it was just a case of everybody signed up for Facebook. And because it wasn't, I guess, focused on that kind of like trendy latest music kind of scene, everyone got on Facebook, and then MySpace just kind of
Died.
withered out.
Is it still does it still exist? Like,
No.
I think you can go on there, but I don't think, one, anyone uses it,
Yeah.
or two, that it's doing anything. I think it just exists in the ghost town of the internet.
Yeah.
I don't know though.
Maybe I'll bring it back.
Yeah. So how did the Sony thing come about then?
Well, I did my own independent tours that I organised myself, like I just said, with the MySpace people everywhere and just chatting with people. And it was about 6 months later that I put a 30-second sample of a demo that I'd recorded, and I put it onto my MySpace page. And the next day I got an email from an A&R, so artist and repertoire representative, and he said, I really love this song. Can I hear the rest of it? And I just actually thought the email was probably a scam or something. And I just said, I haven't finished it. So no, you can't. And, and I had no idea that he was like the head of A&R at Sony. He said it in the signature, but I'm just like, probably not. Anyway, got back in touch, and it turns out that just from being on the tour, just being in the scene and doing stuff, I guess my name had gotten out there, and I was doing loop pedals, and no one was doing it then. And I think that, and some girl called Morgan from Perth on tour, plus he found it on MySpace through when you connect with other people, and it would be suggested friends like it is on Facebook. And I think he said he'd been watching my profile and waiting for some new songs, and I had no idea. So I think that's the thing. They're just watching, and then when he heard the song, he said, "Well, no, we need to talk now."
Yeah. So then what happened?
Then after that, we talked a little bit, and he was just saying he was really keen to explore a record contract. And he said he was living in Melbourne. He goes, I can come over to Perth to meet you, and I could see a show. I was like, is this real? And so we'd organised that, and he was like, this is the only date I can come. It was in 3 weeks' time. And a week later, I was just got my nails done, and my phone started ringing, and a manager guy who I'd met on this tour, we'd just been chatting a little bit, and I had like 6-7 missed calls from him. What? So I calling back. He's like, what are you doing tonight? You need to get on a plane. Sony want to sign you. You've got to come over right now. You got to meet them. And I was like, he didn't know that I'd already been talking with Sony and I'd already been talking with the A&R. And it was this strange moment. But yeah, he was saying, no, can you get on a flight tonight? We've got meetings tomorrow and Warner Records, they want to meet with you and da-da-da-da-da. And I was just like, okay. So I called the A&R at Sony and said, are you going to be in Sydney? Because I'm coming over to meet the CEO and everybody at Sony. He's like, no, I'm not going to be there, but I'll still come and meet you in a few weeks. It was very odd. So yeah, a few strange things and
then you signed.
we just went with it.
That's cool.
Did it change your life?
Yeah. In so many different ways and for so many different reasons. Yeah.
What's it like being signed with a big company?
Next question.
Well, we had Dami on and she didn't love it.
She would have been with Sony.
Yeah,
at the end of the
and it took
competition.
her a long time to get out. And then she's written a whole book about it. So, she's
I have a musical coming.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
for our young teen listeners, this is where you help.
But maybe there's some NDAs.
A big label comes knocking. What do they do? What don't they do?
Well, the thing is that at a time when they wanted to sign me, I was already 24 and that's not the usual kind of 16, 17-year-old pop star where the idea for a big business record label is you are you're part of a factory and depending on what country it is and just depending on the people you work with. But then at that time, it's very much about we don't really care who you are as an artist. We just need to make money and we need to build your brand and your image needs to be, they weren't telling me to be someone I wasn't and they weren't forcing me to do anything like that. But it was just I felt like everything I did, whether it was photo shoots for the branding or whether it was a video clip for one of the songs, even down to the production of the music, everything just felt so subdued and held back. And I'd already toured Australia twice. I'd already put out 3 CDs. I'd already had a band. I'd already done so much because I wasn't a teenager or anything. And I was living fully as a full-time musician already. And so I think I'd actually already had a lot of experience. So when we'd record music and stuff, they would be like, oh, you don't need to be a part of this. You don't need to be a part of that. And I would always just think, well, I kind of do because at the end, I'm not going to let this get over the line because I'm the artist and that's what it is. And essentially that happened. I would be saying over time, this isn't going the right way. I kind of feel like it's just not going to end up right. And we kind of kept going. And that happened across the board with everything from recording songs to making video clips to photo shoots. I'd be like, I'm uncomfortable with it. And I'd voice it and I wasn't angry about it. But when the line came to, okay, the song's coming out, I would be like, yeah, okay, I don't really want to do that. And then they were like, oh, so you're really serious that you don't want to do this? I'm like, yeah, I mean, I've been saying it for 6 months. So yeah, so there's a lot of that.
I've been used to someone like you.
Yeah, I think so. I stood my ground, which is probably the biggest thing that I learned. I think it was an activation and an opportunity the whole time to be challenged with stuff where I had to hold my voice and hold the line and taught me a lot of that.
And so that's your advice?
Yeah, it's like because I signed at that age, I was already thinking, oh, music's over, I'm too old, I'll never be able to do it, which is absolutely not true, but it is a very hard industry. And I think nowadays it's obviously the parts where you would make money before, which was through touring and merchandise sales and sale of CDs and real physical, tangible things, just isn't where the world is at right now. And so there's less money in it and it's hard work. You've got to know how to entertain an audience. You've got to be able to play live because it's great if you can sing in your bedroom and record stuff. But if you don't know how to hold a crowd, no one will come back.
Yeah.
So it's just, you got to learn the ropes. You got to do the hard slog and you have to be okay with that. Yeah. And it's better to learn all that sticky kind of stuff and know how to deal with sound engineers and know what ticketing is, know where you're getting ripped off and know what a good payment is and what industry standard is. So you can really only learn as you're doing it.
Yeah, I love that advice.
That's so crazy. Now, so you've opened for Jason Derulo, Adam Lambert. What is it like? Like being backstage with all these people and performing with them.
It's always different, and those big ones, it's quite calming when you're backstage at a really big stadium kind of one, because the shows are doing well. There's lots of people there. There's always a crew working, and it's always the same crew that kind of travel to all the shows. So you do 1 or 2 or 3 shows and you all start to get to know each other. So you might have a little drink before you go on stage, or maybe they're meditating, or it's always just really, I find it really calming, because I think as an artist and a musician, when you're entertaining that many people, it's not about you anymore. So if you're a big act and you've got 5,000 people to entertain, you want to be really centered and grounded. So you really just chill.
So what do you do? Do you have a drink or do you meditate?
Probably both. I have headphones so that if I have the time, it's the only thing that I'll put on my noise cancelling, and I've got a couple of guided meditations that I do for 20 minutes. But yeah, I'll have a drink before I go on, and it's nice. And I don't get nervous, but if it's been a stressful day and, lots of things have gone wrong and it's kind of just rush, I'll be like, I just need one shot before I go on stage and I'll be fine.
What's Jason Derulo like? I can't say his name without wanting to go, Jason Derulo.
Quiet.
Is he?
Yeah, well, back then, he was. I toured with him when he came on his first tour of Australia, and I remember the after party in Melbourne after the last show, we're chatting, and I hadn't actually spent much time with him because, they keep to themselves and get set up. And anyway, he was like, Morgan, I want to ask you something, because you've seen a lot of the shows. Do you think that the dancing is okay? And I was just like, yeah, kind of, yeah. And he had a couple of dancers with him, and he's like, I just feel that we just really didn't get enough time to get everything ready, and I'm just worried that it's just not up to standard. And I thought it was really sweet. He's like, I know I can do so many more moves. He was just really open, and we just kind of chatted about it. And because it was last minute, the single, whichever one the first one was, it blew up in Australia. So the label put him on tour like that. Yeah. So it was a quick, let's just get everything together. But he was great. And anytime he could, he'd play a song that, like a really obscure song. And I always loved it because it would be like jazz or like soul music or something. And I love this. And people were like, where's the pop songs?
Yeah.
It's quite interesting.
Do you think you could tour with Ed Sheeran, or because you both have such a similar shtick, it
maybe
would be, did he steal your look?
Yeah, he's got.
Well, you're the OG looper.
I used to have red hair, I shaved my beard for today. So the thing is we use the looping completely differently.
Okay.
So yeah, I don't do the same thing as him. And even Newton Faulkner, who I'm on tour with now, has loop it completely different.
Okay.
So that's kind of cool.
Can you explain looping?
Yeah, so I use a pedal, and I plug my microphone, my guitar, and I have a stomp box to make a beat. So I plug all of that into the loop pedal, and then I would play like normal, just singing along with the guitar. And then I tap it like a little button with my foot, and it'll start recording like a tape player, which you wouldn't know about. But yeah, so you press record, and then I'd keep singing and just keeping in time. Once I press it again, it automatically starts that loop. So then that's playback, and I can be singing harmony over the top. And then once it reaches that end loop, it'll go back to the start again. And it just automatically keeps playback, and you can just layer and add more things. So then I might like do some claps on a rhythm, and the next time that loop comes around, that's been recorded.
Right.
So yeah.
That's confusing.
Yeah. When you see it, it makes, you can see that it makes sense. But I do have a lot of people that come up and they're like, so is that pre-recorded? You're just singing to a backing track. I'm like, no, I literally just did it in front of you. Yeah. But yeah,
every time it's a different amazing performance.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
It's so cool because it also like sometimes artists are like they just like start randomly doing it and then everyone knows and it's like we all just go quiet.
Yeah.
And then it's like the first thing and it all comes together and it's like, wow.
Actually, do you have someone when you're about to record a loop just yell something out?
It has happened.
Yeah,
like just to get in the loop.
Yeah, it is every once in a while. Or someone walks past and they like make some weird noise or some loud thing, and then you can usually backtrack the loop. Not all the time though. So sometimes those things are caught in there, which is kind of funny. I just turn it into like a remix. Like someone's like, woo, and then you hear it and I'm like, there it is again.
That's funny. Now, your face was on Zara t-shirts around the world.
That's right.
How did that happen? And what, like, was it weird seeing your face on shirts?
It was interesting. I had a fashion blog that did really well and went international. And so I'd been in like Nylon magazine in Japan and done all this random stuff. And I was contacted by a company who said, we love this image of you. It was just one that the first blog post that I'd done, I happened to put it up. And it was like a year later and they just said, we love this and we want to use it. We want to pay you for it. And so they manufactured these T-shirts and then it was a deal with Zara. And yeah, I remember the day I walked in, I was playing a gig in the city in Sydney for a charity and a friend of mine took a photo of her and said, is this you on a T-shirt? I'm like, yes. Oh, it's hit Zara. Okay. Went over there. And I remember at that point, I didn't have enough money in my bank to buy the T-shirt.
Oh my God.
It was hilarious because I was laughing. I was like, how embarrassing. Like, just wasn't on my card. And I'm looking at it, I'm like, oh, it's me. This is really weird. And I think the girl was just like, weirdo, like just looking at me like, who is this crazy woman? And then someone was trying it on and I was like, I just looked at her like, that's me. And again, like, how weird. So that part was hilarious. I saw one person in public wearing once.
Just once?
And I was like about to go out. I thought, no, that would be really weird. I'm a stranger in the street.
Do you know what? If it was me wearing it though, I would have been like, oh, great, let's get a photo together.
See, that's probably because that's your personality. I think that there's a lot of people that would be like, oh, why am I wearing someone on, unless it's a merch, person. Like a merchandise
so
T-shirt.
It wasn't like your name and that.
No, it was me. It was my.
It was just you.
Yeah, it was my face. Like it was a picture. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it wasn't like a Morgan X Zara. It was just like.
No, it was just a big picture of me that they'd made. They loved it as a print, and then there was a dress made for another European company.
Like your
and
face on it.
the dress. I got sent versions of it. The dress was like a picture of me walking down the street and like it was a fashion blogging, like a photo shoot kind of thing. And I was just like, playing with my hair or something. And then I get this dress sent to me and I open it up and I'm like,
that's me
this
again.
is so weird. People walking around like, I guess they just think it comes across as like some Google image or something, but it's me.
It's a real person.
Yeah.
Honestly, I actually like all these people that you search, like you might search up like, a kid holding a pencil for like a class assignment or something. That's an actual kid.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like
It is
not anymore. It's all like,
I was going to say, now they can do whatever they want.
They can.
So now this is a big question. It's about the incident that happened in 2021. So you were in a hit and run accident. You were the one that got hit. You did not run away.
No, I did not. I couldn't.
What? Like it might, I feel like if I was in that situation, it'd kind of all be a blur to me. But what was it like? Like how did it,
Well, I had retrograde amnesia for about 7 days. So I don't remember it. It means that retrograde amnesia is just a moment where you have amnesia.
Right.
Not like the long lasting, I don't remember people's names and stuff.
Yeah.
So I don't remember the accident happening. I don't even remember about the half an hour before it happened. I don't remember I was in an Uber and it wasn't his fault either. So I don't remember getting into it, don't remember the collision happening, don't remember going to the hospital, don't remember being pulled out of the car, don't remember being in hospital for the first like 5 or 6 days because I had a brain bleed and so they had like a lady coming to check on me every day to ask the questions, you see in the movies, it's real, where they're like, do you know what the date is? Do you know what year it is?
How many fingers am I holding?
Exactly. And I think that it's like the only thing I remember is laying in bed and I had 11 broken ribs. So I had the button, so I couldn't, just sit up or anything because you can't fix ribs. They have to just be rested and that's how they heal. And this lady would come in and she'd ask the same questions. And I just remember thinking, oh, hi. Like, she'd come in and just that vague, I know you, but it wasn't like I even thought that consciously. It took a while for those kinds of things to come back. She'd ask me questions and I do remember the first day that I remember it was she was saying something about, who's the Prime Minister? And I'm like, I don't know. is it? And I was just saying all kinds of weird stuff, but I was making the joke.
Yes.
That was the point. She's like, what year is it? I'm like, 1962, right? And I'm like, and we're in, where are we? Is this New York? Like, I was saying all this stuff. And at that point, her reaction, she was just like, come on, Morgan, this is serious now. And I started to realize when I couldn't remember doing it for the days before, I was probably doing that a lot and not realizing I was just being like cheeky. So I think by then she was like, enough, like this is serious.
Oh, but when you started remembering,
I started remembering I was being just cheeky saying stuff. I was like, okay, no, I get it. I am okay. I get it. She's like, okay, do you remember me? I'm like, you came in yesterday. Do you remember my name? Yes. She's like, great. All right, we're back.
Yeah.
So it was weird.
And then you were told you weren't going to walk again. What happened?
Well, I broke my pelvis in 2 places. And so I was in hospital for a couple of weeks and then in a wheelchair for a month. And then, they just thought it's not going to work out. They never said that I couldn't walk again, but they just said like performing and because I stand up and, lots of I grew up doing dancing and they were just kind of like, you're never really going to be able to do any of that again. And that they were telling me I'd probably go on disability and I wouldn't be able to work anymore because I can't sit. Like right now I'm sitting on the side here because I can't sit down for very long. And
you look cool. Just like you're sitting like that because you're a goddess.
Well, I only wear clothes that complement the sitting angle.
Yeah.
It took time and I did a lot of physiotherapy and kind of got through a lot of that. And
And you were determined to get back.
Yeah.
To performing and.
Well, yeah, because performing and traveling and doing all that kind of stuff, that's not just my job. So I need that to pay all the bills and do that. But I have to do it because if I'm not doing it, I'm really depressed. So through that time where everything was falling apart and I was prescribed a lot of medication and I didn't like that because it really fogs your brain up and then you're just kind of days blur into each other and then you think, well, why would I get out of bed? And then it just snowballs. And so I just really thought I've just got to figure out how to do one thing at a time. But it was a couple of years of real struggle. And then
were you angry?
That's weird. I wasn't and I haven't been. And the man who drove the car, he was found and he was sentenced to jail.
Wow.
And as far as I know, he's still in jail, but I wouldn't know. And I went to the sentencing where he got sentenced and that was strange, but I still didn't feel, I wouldn't describe it as anger. I probably can't even name what the emotion was, but it was just very like,
is this my life?
Like he just didn't seem very aware of the damage, and like what he'd done and he ran away and all of that. So there was just an element of like, I can't swear. So, and I think of all the swear words that you could think of that just like you're just sitting there. You've just been living your life for the last 3 years, working your job, driving your car. And I've been like trying to get up and like get back to my life. I've lost all these years. And so it wasn't anger. It was just, I don't know, is it like disbelief? Or,
disappointment in another human?
Definitely. Yeah, that's a great way to put it. It did feel really like just looking at someone thinking, it would have felt better if even he just owned up to what he did or didn't try to run away. Like he literally on the night, the witnesses were saying that he just got out of his car and sat down and smoked a cigarette while everyone was trying to pull me out of the car and like then they called the ambulance and then he tried to run away and then tried to hide behind a tree and people were following him like, what are you doing? What are you doing? And they were filming him so all the witnesses helped. Yeah, and he evaded police for 3 months. It took them to find him. So it's just like, ooh, coward. Ew.
Yeah.
It's a hectic story.
How did it you might not remember, but did he like come to like front on or like was he like drunk driving or?
All I know is that we were in an Uber crossing over an intersection and it was still like a green arrow. And doing that, but because the other driver, the guy, if we were driving across like this, he was coming down this road and he was in a 60 zone. He was driving 144 kilometers.
You had no chance.
Yeah. So And the only reason I was sitting in the back left seat, because in an Uber I usually sit in the front seat, but COVID was going on and I got a notification on my phone to say, please sit in the back seat. So I just happened to be sitting on the back left, and the other driver, he just only at that speed just clipped the tail light. And it was enough to spin the car.
And the Uber driver wasn't hurt?
No, he was okay. Yeah.
Oh, so if you were to sit in the front, would it?
I think I would have been fine. Yeah.
Damn,
or if
COVID.
I was on the other side, maybe, you know, like.
Yeah.
But they're the thing. That's where I think there's something going on. I was actually going to catch a DD. I'd already booked one that night. And for some reason at the last minute, I went, I'll go back to Uber and see if the rates drop. Yep. I messaged my friend, I'll see you in 20 minutes.
Okay. So then here's a question for you. Like, do you believe things are meant to happen or not meant to happen? Based on what you just said.
Yeah, I think there's I don't think you can predict things, and I don't think there's everything's absolutely set up as fate and you've got no choice. But I think that all the time we're attracting things, good or bad. But I don't think there is good or bad. It's how you perceive it and how you can cope with it. And I think every human has a different lesson that they're here to learn. And so I think mine is probably a bunch of forgiveness and a bunch of, both for myself as well, and a bunch of patience and a bunch of learning those things. So I was given an opportunity and to move through it and work through it and figure out how to come back to what I love. And I think it, as horrific as the whole thing was, it's also been like a moment where it put me, I've always been driven to do things, but it put me in a spot to go, you know what, I can look at this differently. And the doctors were all telling me things that I felt were quite negative, and they were always saying, well, you need to manage your expectations and you won't be able to do this and that. And I just always kept thinking, this is not a nice environment to be trying to heal from something where everything I say, you're telling me you can't do that. You won't ever be able to do that. Get it out of your mind. Give up. And so So I did a lot of research and just started doing things myself, because it puts you in a good mindset. And then if you're in a good mindset and something terrible happens, it is easier to get through it, even though it's terrible.
Yeah.
That's such great advice. Did you soak that in, my girl?
I did. I'll listen to it again. Let's get into a game, because that was pretty heavy, to lighten up the mood. Okay, so we're going to play a game of this or that. So you're going to choose this or that. Would you rather a loop pedal like solo or like a full band on a big stage?
Oh no, I love both. I haven't done the band stuff for a while, so I'd love the band at the moment. Yeah.
Major label or indie?
Indie.
Yeah. 50,000 seat stadium or like a 50-person bar?
I like a stadium because I like putting on a big show.
Yeah, yeah. Music.
And the money, sorry.
Yeah. You'd hope, wouldn't you?
Music or fashion?
Music.
Mm-hmm. Last, this or that. Would you tell your teen self the whole truth or let her figure it out herself?
Let her figure it out herself. That's exactly what's happened. So I'm happy.
Yeah.
Yeah. We've talked a lot about your music and then the accident, but the other part of you is that you're a fashion designer, jewellery designer. So tell us a little bit about all of that.
I probably got into fashion design and jewellery design because I was constantly wanting to wear different things on stage. And then also when you travel a lot, all of my suitcases are filled up with equipment. So I would make jewellery that could, make the outfit better, or I'd buy dresses or things and alter them to wear it backwards sometimes, or tie it up as a top so that I had less luggage.
Yeah.
And it just kind of started that way. And then people would ask, what is that you're wearing? And do you sell it? And it just kind of organically became a different thing that I did. So that's how I got into it.
That.
And so you've been in Maya and all that kind of stuff with your designs.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah, that was just another wacky idea I had. And I told it to management, who said it's not a good idea. And I just thought, I think you're wrong. And, in talking with different people, spoke with a woman who worked for a fashion label, and I just told her, I was like, but I want to do it this way and this is the thing. And she left and came back and said, I just decided to pitch it, and they're really interested because I think it's a good idea. And so I designed a 14-piece capsule collection, and it was in 200 or over 200 stores around Australia.
So
wild too.
What is that? Like, what did you have? What was your idea? Like,
So I wanted to design fashion pieces and I wanted a existing label to manufacture it.
Yeah.
Because if you have to do it yourself, you've got to front a lot of money. You've got to make the connections yourself. It's the same as if you're doing music. You've got to do it all independently. And if you can do something, in an existing label. And so I had been saying that, and a few people around me were just like, don't do that. It won't work. It'll cost you too much money. So when I kind of came up with the idea, it just lined up really well. It just happened to be everyone was in the right place, right time. And so I just started drawing up sketches and what I wanted and why. And then I worked with the designers so they would like mock it up and I would like make alterations and change it. And it was really cool.
That's so fun.
And then also you've been on like reality TV shows, like you were on The Apprentice, is that right?
Yeah.
Am I reminding you?
Sometimes I feel like, whose life are we talking about here? It's bizarre.
Was that fun though?
Yeah, it was the last minute thing. I just got a call and said, we need someone to sing one of these songs. Can you make it to the studio today? Be really good. So I did it. And the reality shows really are like that thing. You walk through the door and they're filming you and then they go, all right, let's just do it again. Like you do it for real.
Yeah.
Like that was good. Let's do it again. Okay. So you kind of do a little bit of like pickups and just, but it was really fun.
Okay, so here's a question for you. If someone sat you down and said you can only pick one thing, what would you do? Would you say?
You've got so many hobbies.
Yeah, if someone said pick one thing and focus, what would you say to them?
It would be music that I would choose to do because it's the most fun expression, and singing and harmonizing and performing like that is my favorite thing to do.
Yeah.
Since you would focus on your singing, tell us about your new song and then you were going to perform it for us.
I am. I brought my acoustic guitar.
Yay.
My new song is called Undone and it just came out a couple of weeks ago at the beginning of this tour, and I actually wrote it many, many years ago, and it's one that I've always played in sets and people have always remembered it, and it just took a long time to get the right feeling for it, but we recorded it and now it's out and I love it still.
What's it about?
Look, it's definitely about, the words, I write a lot of songs where they can be taken different ways, and that's kind of the point. I like that. So the listener can take what they get from it. And so the lyrics, it's like, my love could kill you gently, just like a bullet from a gun. Because it's like love and the masks that we wear when we're getting to know each other. It's so powerful. And I think there's lessons in there where you can have the power to love someone and uplift them and be there for them. And you can also have the power to destroy someone. And so does everybody else. And if you're aware of that, you know how to be good. I don't know, you can choose if you're aware of what you're doing. And I think the song is about that. It's like the dance between threat and seduction and just the power of love and, what's happening behind the scenes.
It almost sounds like you were just trying to explain with the car accident and the guy that hit you. Like he had the power to go both ways and he chose not the good way.
You are correct. That is that's quite a nice little, you just put that together really well. You're right. I think the song is, sure, it's about love and it's about meeting someone or exploring something with someone where you want to get to that truth, and not everything's peachy and not everything's roses and terrible stuff happens, and how you deal with other people, and that's the same as the power of love. So it's how you look at it. And you're right though, because you can choose to act however you want, and hopefully you choose the things that have the least impact on other people. You know?
Well, let's do it.
Good.
So the song is called Undone.
Take me under your wing, I believe everything you say, 'cause it sounds so good to me. You can tell me secrets, tell me lies, be the mirror to my disguise. Oh, 'cause you're so good to me. You share the dreams out of my head, leave me hanging on your step. You don't know what my love could do for you. My love will kill you gently, like a bullet from a gun. And you're gonna burn so sweet when you reach for the sun. But I'll never should have told you that you could have been So you tell me something I don't want to hear. You could be the light, be the dark, be the absence of my fear. You say the dreams out of my head. You leave me hanging on your stair. You don't know what my love could do for you. My love will kill you gently like a bullet from a gun. You're gonna burn so sweet when you reach for the sun. But I never should have told you that you could have been the one. 'Cause I'm gonna pull the trigger just to watch you come undone. Come undone. Come undone. You guys can join me on this bit.
Okay.
You want to sing along? Ooh, 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 ooh. You keep going. Ready?
Okay.
Ooh, 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 like a bullet from a gun. You're gonna burn so sweet when you reach for the sun. But I never should have told you that you could have been the one. 'Cause I'm gonna pull the trigger just to watch you come undone.
That was so good. That deserves a mic drop.
No, don't. They're very expensive. Oh, wow. That was amazing.
That was
Thank
so
you.
good. I've got goosebumps.
That was so good.
It's so early to be singing right now, even though it's the afternoon. I'm like, am I awake?
Oh my god.
That is such a good song. Thank you so much. And I don't know if I ruined it at the end.
Not at all, no. Yeah, that's exactly it. I need those vocals. I didn't bring my loop pedal, so you guys have got to do half the work.
Weaving your loop.
I would love to come and watch you live. That'd be
Yes.
Yes.
I just did.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, you've got like such a beautiful, like raspy and like strong voice.
Thank you.
Oh, I love it. That was amazing.
I'm so glad you enjoyed
That was
it.
so
I was
good.
just like playing it before I looked over and you were just having such a good time. That's so nice.
I like haven't heard the song before because I wanted to be such a surprise. And I was just gagged. I was like, what? What the heck?
I surprise nearly all the time with the guests that I find her. And that's the point of the podcast is I find her amazing guests that I wanted to unpack their lives so that I guess you can see that it doesn't matter what happens in your life, you can just keep going forward and you are the epitome of that.
Definitely.
So you could go.
I think this needs to be a song in a movie.
Yeah, it does. Oh, yeah, it's
I
definitely.
like that.
Yeah, it's
Yes.
definitely be like the end scene
Uh-huh. And
of
it's like this girl is like, you know, doing what she wanted, like her dream. She's going like breaking up with her toxic boyfriend and then she just follows her dream and becomes an amazing, has an
drives off
amazing
into the
career.
sunset.
I've got goosebumps because you're just explaining my life. So, like that worked out really well. At least you get it.
Yeah.
I get it. Okay, that's going to be my next project.
Let's go back before we wrap everything up. You can go back and you can talk to teen Morgan. What would you tell her? What would you say about her life? What's going to happen? Anything to inspire her to keep going. By the way, did you start playing as a teen, singing?
I did. I started guitar when I was about 12 and started singing.
It's such a beautiful guitar.
Oh, this one I do love this guitar. She's Penny Lane and she's been on all around the world with me. And I bought a smaller one that's easier to play and travel with, but I just can't do it. Like
Penny Lane?
Like, this is
just
just part
so
of me.
It's like that guitar and the sound of it just resembles you.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice. Thank you. It's like part of me, I think.
Yeah.
It's all ruined. Look, it's like covered. It's got
Battle
cracks everywhere.
scars.
Call that ruined.
No, it's just got a lot of life in it.
Yeah.
But look, I think when I was a teenager, I have now in my life, I have this moment where I feel like this version of me was around somehow giving me internal advice some way, somehow. So I just, when I was younger, I just knew how to trust my intuition and I did it. And of course I made mistakes because then you learn as you go. But I'm not sure that there's anything I could tell younger me that I would have listened to, like, you know, that kind of thing where as you go in life, you go, wow, so I got over here, but if someone told me that was the road, I would have tried something different because that's what I'm like. If someone tells me you got to do it this way, I'm going to do it a different way.
Oh, same.
So, it's like a bit rebellious. And I don't think there was any need to know, but I do live a life like that where I'm very present in the moment and kind of jump on things straight away. And then you're in the flow with what's happening with everybody else as well.
Now, what advice would you give to other younger teens or even people that are, restarting their career or getting into like the music industry? What would you tell them for advice?
I would say make sure you're very, very good at the craft that you're doing. So if you're doing music and performing, make sure you can do the part where you entertain human beings and you can do that side of things. Yes, production and yes, the business side and obviously making the money and stuff, but connecting with people. And I don't mean networking. I mean like really connecting with people. And if someone gives you an interview or someone helps you do photography, even though you might be paying them, it's not just a job. It's about human connection because everyone's creative. And the more creative people you work with in this kind of industry, we all have an expression and we all feel undervalued because that's kind of what the world is. So the advice I would give is just be authentic in terms of stay connected with people. And even if you feel a bit weird, like, oh, I'm a bit nerdy to like stay in contact or something, do it anyway because people who are really creative do help each other out when they can.
Yeah.
And so it's nice to have good friends like that as you move through it all.
I love that. Now we end all our podcasts with a fortune cookie.
Yeah.
Oh.
So pop Penny Lane down and then dig into the fortune cookie jar.
Now, don't eat them.
Don't eat them. Lots of
Because
people's hands have been in that jar.
Oh, it's like a
Yes.
all right.
we had George Burgess on and we kind of forgot to tell him not to eat it. And he goes, am I meant to eat this? And then when he signed the wall, he actually said, do not eat the fortune cookies. So,
Of course. All right. We'll just. Oh yeah, I see.
yeah.
Hands. All right. Oh, they do smell good though.
Yeah.
Right, this one says. This one's a good one.
Okay.
Your present plans are going to succeed.
Oh my gosh.
So what are your present plans?
This is it. We're in it.
I love that.
I don't know. I was literally just sitting and having lunch before coming here and saying to my boyfriend, what are we going to do next? Because we finished this tour in a couple of days and I feel like I need to start doing the next magic thing. So I think next week, whatever these plans are, they'll come together. Yeah.
Oh, I hope so. Well, you were just talking about how you stay in the present and
I know, right? That's
actually
the
is
magic.
it.
I know.
this is actually the couch of manifestation.
Present plans are going to succeed.
So if there's
And
anything,
you live in the present. That's wild.
We are all connected now.
Yeah, I love
if there's
it.
anything you want to manifest it now because the Move Over Mama couch is a couch of
Right, the
manifestation.
Move Over Mama couch of manifestation.
I've got it.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I'll let you know.
Yeah.
Okay. Put that into the
I'll
universe.
call you up. Hey, guess what?
Yeah. We'll watch and we will claim it.
Yeah.
Whatever success is, we'll say it was this maroon couch.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, Morgan Joanel, thank you so much for the music today. Thank you for making the effort to come into the studio. We actually just really loved getting to know you and seeing your amazing talent. So everyone else, make sure you follow Morgan Joanel on all socials so you can see all the new music drops and all of the gigs that she tours. You love touring. So
I love touring. Well, I can do it now again.
yes.
So that, and I'll be doing I've got a new fashion collection coming and
So exciting.
some custom things. And I'll be going overseas soon to do some of the UK. So there's always something coming and I like to mix it up. So,
okay. Well,
And her voice is just so unique and so beautiful. And you would definitely absolutely love it. So
Thank you.
go check it out on Spotify.
Thank you for having me.
thank you so much. Go and stream, download everything Undone so that we can continue to support artists. That's what we are about. And please support us by subscribing to our podcast so we pop into your inbox every time a new podcast drops, and follow us on all the socials as well. And more importantly, tell everyone about us so we can continue to share these amazing stories and to inspire teens around the world. Thank you for joining us on Move Over Mama, and we will see you next time.
Bye, guys.
Move over, Mama! With Emily Jade and Millie Valentine. My name is Teddy James. Thanks for listening. See you next week.